Hey people, it's Saturday, and I will try to do a bit of an update for you after that amazing gift that I received from Daniel in Germany yesterday. It is Saturday, the 16th, of December. Cheers! Basically, a week from Christmas. Wait, no, sorry. Mm. Well, as you saw yesterday, I got a wonderful, amazing package of music from Daniel in Germany. And I didn't get through everything. I mean, the idea is when you get that much music to at least touch upon most everything if possible. And I didn't quite get there, but I was able to check out a whole lot of what was said to me. But on top of that, I received some more music yesterday to review, and something I've been waiting forever to come into the record shop finally came in, so I went and got that. Plus, James Ballerin, who will be on the Muse 2, finally stopped by. He is so busy. My friends, Blake and James, are two of the busiest musicians in Omaha. They are in high demand. They play all the time because they're that good. But I also will put my foot in both of their asses, like I did yesterday talking to James. You don't know how to say no, because you're frazzled. I love James. I've known him for a long time, and I love good people. But it's an unfortunate thing that some people who are good people don't understand. They don't have to bend over backwards for other people, and they because of what it does to them. James is a good example. He can't seem to stop himself. I love the man. He plays deeply. He's in his 40s. Plays with a lot of soul. So we had a good visit, and I got to share some of this music with him as well and get his impression, which I love. Well, let me try to jump in. First off, I want to say that I'm honored that this fella, Daniel, has bought everything that he can find by me. Although I know he hasn't found everything by me because I don't have everything by me. Because what he sent me, there are no duds. This person actually listens. This is the kind of stuff that I'm into: is deep listening, interesting stuff, not stuff that you're going to put on for company at a party, or stuff that you're going to be. It's interesting. That's the word. It's interesting. And I'll get into first this. I showed you all this, where this Erika Enders and Uta Völker, Schallundrauch, this cute little box, like a mini DVD box. Well, that's what it is. It's a 3-inch DVD, and those are stills from the video. And I watched actually quite a bit of this because that's what's cool about deep listening projects is like when it's things like this starts very slowly, like breath, like you're hearing someone breathing almost, and it's like either you're going to submit to it or you're going to get bored and take it off right away. And so I gave this time to do what it's going to do, and it just pulled me in. And then the visuals, it's like a matchbook burning juxtaposed with some other things. It really works. I love stuff like this. I love this. They sent me several items by, it's not a person, it's a group. Wör Miran. Interesting. I can see how I never heard about this band, but I like this a lot. And again, I'm honored. You are a listener. And the fact that you like my music is such a huge compliment because I know that my music doesn't resonate with everyone. but I love knowing when it resonates with people who listen deeply, because there's something in my music. It's not superficial. It's not. And I think that some people dismiss my music just because it's digital. Apparently, the story behind these guys is that, maybe I should look it up before I misspeak. Something about meeting, let me look this up. I thought it was rather interesting. Come on. Oh, for heaven's sakes. All right. But apparently these people met, and it was started by a particular person. Let me look this up right quick. I thought this was a rather interesting story. The actual name Doc Wör Miran was thought up by Bernard H. Warwick while he and Joseph B. Raymond, that's the guy with the book, were living together in San Francisco in 82. But the main guy apparently left, moved to Florida, taking with him an important part of the group's identity, but DWN continued onwards. And it's like it's a group, but it's a collective, and they put out a lot of stuff. 171 releases, a lot of cassettes, CDRs, etc. But what's cool is, in listening to what I've listened to by them, including this live in Madison Square Garden, is that these guys really know how to whip up some noise and whip up some sound. It's not just jacking around. This is really good stuff. This fella, Joseph B. Raymond, this book here, it's like it's connected to his work, Doc Wör Miran, that it's connected. And there's even kind of a punky sort of anarchic feel to what they're doing to me. Like these singles, this is all very listenable. It's not just junk. It's like they have some really compelling ideas going on these records. Garage Pretensions, this one here. And again, lovely vinyl, but beyond the vinyl, what's in the grooves is interesting. I would say it's a weak comparison, because it's like Faust comes to mind, but they don't sound like Faust. But what I mean by bringing up Faust is that they work with sound really well. They keep things interesting. I played this right away just so I could get it out of the way, because you can get uptight about wanting to play that. And this is some cool stuff. These are wonderful collector's items as well. So, for example, this Doc Wör Miran Cry for a Shadow single, that's actually the Beatles on one side. They got it licensed. This is the Beatles back when Pete Best was still the drummer. This is an instrumental. And I looked this up. This is a limited edition version of it. The Doc Wör Miran version of Cry for a Shadow is actually pretty cool. It's kind of strange, of course, as you would expect, but again, there's the melody, and then the choice of timbre of instruments they chose is wonderful. But another item for my Beatles collection. This is the Beatles. I'm saying, whoa, wow. How they pulled that up? Well, it was recorded in Germany, back in the day, when they were making their name. So the Doc Wör Miran is a winner. I listened. I checked out all of that stuff, because it's like you sent me so much. It's like, okay, this is no junk. This is substantial. This is really good. Sound work, everything from droning into field recordings mixed with A lot of it sounds organic, not electronic, and I like that too. Let me switch over to the punk record that they sent. Well, he sent me a couple, but right away, if I can see it right quick, I've still got some German punk that I kept from my original collection. But the Schleim-Keim, I'd heard of these. Once I looked it up and I said, oh, okay, I remember this name now. This is good. I have no idea what they're singing. They could be singing some offensive stuff, but it doesn't feel like it, you know? And it feels really, really gritty, real gritty, and just down, way down to earth. I liked this a lot and ended up playing a whole side of the album as well as both sides of the single. It feels really gritty and kind of dirty. The real deal. It made me think of this band Inferno. I'm not gonna look. It's a German punk band that I don't know how I got turned on to them, but it's still Haibakusha is the name of the album. It's killer. These 3-inch CDs are totally badass. This label, Edition LC, is one of those kinds of labels like Wergo and Migo, where it's almost like having this stuff being handled on a classical music level. It's like it's recognized. This is art. And I played all of these. The Helmut Lemke Tubuläre Tänze is it's his voice and these sounds. But the other two right away just really captivate me. Dirk Schaefer, Filme. This is real dreamy. It sounds like it could be a mixture of stuff that he sampled and because it sounds like some of it sounds like degenerated tape, something that's been recorded over and over again, which gives it an almost otherworldly atmosphere. No vocals. I really like this. Really cool. And then the other one on this label, Edition LC. Thank you. I would never have seen these in Omaha. And if it turns out that it doesn't mean there's not other people in Omaha who don't have this in their collection or know about it. People who have money or people who travel the world, you know. But it's so unlikely that something like this would ever show up in the record shops in Omaha, used or otherwise. So this one, Jasnoch, I told you I have something else by this artist. There's a correct connection to my work, okay? This is solo guitar, that otherworldly feeling. This is, this could fit into the canon of guitar solo records that Fred Frith curated a while back with people like Henry Kaiser and Hans Reichel and stuff. It's very interesting. I'm not quite sure. He's doing some things where he's working with a technique besides just strumming and plucking the guitar. He's trying to find ways of pulling sounds out of the guitar. It's good. But I don't know if Daniel knows this. Maybe you do, because I've noticed that Daniel has bought in recent times everything physical on my Bandcamp that was available. He's bought. Thank you. But this was not available through me, but I'm on this. And I don't know if you can still get this, but did you get this when it came out? Frets of Yore, a collection of guitar pieces for the immediate past, Guerrilla Graphics. There's a bit of controversy about this because after it came out, the guy behind the project, this artist, started to collect music for the second version of this, and then he disappeared. But Zzaj Jazz besides me and other folks like Fred Frith, are on this release. I don't know if you can get this anymore. I tried to get 2 copies for my own collection. Was only able to get 1. But I'm really proud to be on this. Andy Shankara Bowl is on here. Ron Anderson is on here. Carla DeRatz is on here. Renee Lucier, Amy Denayo. I mean, it's a who's who. Sean Persinger, Nick Prohl. You just go down. Elliot Sharp, Dave Newhouse, Fred Frith, Zzaj Jazz, Carl Blake, and then there's me, Derek Higgins, Chris Cochran, Mark Hewins. It's a who's who of Miroslav Wanek from Uzme Doma. I can't remember how to say it right. But John is on this, and so we share a release in our discographies. This was quite a project because it paired up the visual artists from around the world with the music. And my music was paired up with an artist from Japan. So again, I get to ring my own bell for a minute here too, which I love to do. Yes, I sure do. So I love that connection. Jasnoch. These are cool. Man, I could dig finding some more of these. Every one of these was good. All of the 3-inch CDs are good. The Labyrinth, Iko Yamato. Excuse me. I can't even describe it yet. This one also, it's like, this is the shit. This reminds me of the Imprints Digitales label out of Canada. Is it Canadian or French? Where they put out really cool stuff. The other thing I want to share about the Zzaj Jazz connection and the frets of your project is that, so when this fell apart after a while, Jerry King had submitted his tracks for the second version of it and nothing happened. So he decided, hey, this is too cool. I don't want to let it go. So he took it upon himself to contact everyone and put out the second, what would have been the second frets of Yore. This came out at the end of last year. Zzaj Jazz from the 23rd Century. And this is a double CD that I'm also on with James Ballerin, who was here yesterday. James is on my track on this. But yeah, I'm honored to be in such company. And yeah, Daniel, I can't thank you enough. I love the comments from other people. Yes, I love sharing it with you. And the joy that you saw is real. I'll go through more of the stuff. I'll share more of it as time goes on, because everything he sent me is just killer. It is what I like. I appreciate anything that people send me. I love that I still get stuff to review, and I got something yesterday to review. I don't know these people, I forget how they found me. But that really touches me. That's my shit. Deep listening. That's what I'm into. It's like I love, and my music isn't necessarily all deep listening, but I make stuff that is deep listening. I do. I was able to find out that this Tangerine Dream came out under another name, Pergamon. I don't have that particular, but I'm not a completist for Tangerine Dream. They have a lot of stuff. I have a fair amount of their stuff. So this was a real nice addition. And when I posted this online and I got information from other collectors letting me know that that's what this was, Pergamon. So yesterday, I get a message from Homer's that finally, finally, Steven Wilson's The Harmony Codex finally hits Omaha. But you know something? How sad. They could only get one copy of the album, couldn't get the CD. Unless people in Omaha special ordered it, and I know my friend Frank did. I'm the only person who's been able to buy this damned album in the store here in Omaha. Now, the reason why I say it like that is because this is Steven Wilson's biggest mainstream release. It's on Virgin. I mean, he's been working his way up in so many ways over the years up to being on a major label like this. And it happens, and it's released worldwide. This is not an import. This is a U.S. So that's why I was pissed. It's like, why can't you guys get this damned record for me? Well, they finally did. I'm really pleased because I figured after all this time, I'll be lucky to get a copy, just to get a copy. So to get a black vinyl copy would have been fine. But they came through and they got me the orange, and that's my favorite color. So I really appreciate this. Orange is my favorite color. What do I think of the album? I like this way better than the one before it, the Future Bites. That album, to me, is a flop in Steven Wilson's book. It's like, maybe it'll grow on me, but overall, it's like this is stiff. This is unlike any of his other albums, and he explained it. He's gotten married, he's a step parent now, and so he cannot just hide away in the studio for days and make things happen. So a sense of continuity is not on this album to me. Each track just sounds like a new piece of music. I like it. I love the production. That's what I can say about it, is I love the production. Does it go on my list of best of for the year? Yeah, it does. Yes, it does. Okay, so yesterday, I want to keep going. I will share more of the Daniel, because everything he sent me is good. Everything. That's what I'm blown away. You really do listen, Daniel. I'm honored that you receive my music, that it hits you. That means a lot to me. Thank you. So, okay, let me finish up with, so when I bought the Steven Wilson, of course I checked the used, because there's almost always something. And so they had a couple more super cheapies that fit in my collection and are good music. John Scofield. See, a lot of this super cheap stuff that people just flip over, it's because you're not listening. Stop and listen. This is John Scofield's East Meets West album. 1977, okay? He's playing with Motohiko on drums and Terumasu Hino on trumpet, okay? Scofield, played with Miles. If that's not enough to pique your interest, he's a great player, has a very funky style. Funky, literally. That he's got a lot of rhythmic, excellent. So this was a real happy addition. Actually played the first track on this just to double check that it was no bogus shit. It's good. And this was there, and it was less than $10, and there's a few reasons why I bought it. It's a motion picture soundtrack. Dr. Goldfoot and the Girl Bomb from the 60s. I never saw the movie. Not really interested in the movie. But the soundtrack is on Tower Records, subsidiary of Capitol, the label that brought us Pink Floyd in America for the first time, Chocolate Watch Band. And so it's a label that I like. It's not that I'm collecting it, but it's like, I'll bet this is of interest. And sure enough, it's got some orchestral stuff, but it has these other groups on here. The Sloopies, the Mad Doctors, Terry Stafford, who's had some hits, Paul and the Pack. And they actually show pictures of the bands, so they're real, or at least they made them up real for this. This is fun. This was a fun listen. I'm glad I bought it. And then the other thing is nostalgia. It's still got the shrink wrap from back in the day, Musicland, 3 for $1. That was how I was able to start my collection of stuff like this. So I'm leaving the shrink wrap on for now. When I take it, I'm going to keep that. I'm going to stick it inside. When I saw that, it was like, oh, a wave of nostalgia. As a kid, I used to go, they would let me because I couldn't buy anything. But the people were nice to me because I didn't steal. But I'd go to Musicland, the first one in Omaha downtown. And I would stay in the store for an hour at least, if not longer. And I would look at every single record in the store. I was nuts. I was just freaked out by records. But they were so kind to me. They would let me, And the few times that I could buy something, it was like a red letter day. So that Musicland sticker, pretty damn cool. Okay. So yesterday I received a package. I don't know who these people are. They may have sent me a message asking if they could send my music. I forget. But I got 2 albums. They're both related. Welcome Strawberry. And it appears that the main person behind this, I hope I'm not misspeaking, but the name that I see on all these is a person named Cyrus Vandenberg. So I got 2 albums, or 2 12 inches, and this book of art that has a CD in it. I love stuff like this. And it's fun. That's really not the right word. It's cool to see people just being creative with the medium. So it comes with the CD right there. This also had some stickers. A postcard and a sticker. Cherub Dream apparently is the label, or one of the labels associated. This is shoegaze, dream pop, but it's shoegaze because I can hear the obvious attempt to emulate the My Bloody Valentine guitar thing. That thing, like the record is off center. They do it pretty good. I'm giving you my initial impression, okay? This is my first impression. Thanks for sending this to me. This is, both of these are 12-inch EPs. This is Still Ruins. That's what they call this release. And it's the Cyrus Vandenberg guy. There they are. This is pretty good. Again, that's my first impression. It's like, I have to listen to it again, but I want to let you know, it's like, I think this stuff is so new that it might not even be out yet. The Welcome Strawberry, I saw this on Discogs. But I actually think I saw this as listed for 2024. So I might be jumping the gun here, but they didn't send me a one sheet. So I don't know if I was supposed to wait to show this to you, but I'm giving you my first impression. Dream Poppy Shoegaze, pretty good. And the other one is called Welcome Strawberry, like this. Welcome Strawberry. And it's not exactly the same people on this, except the Vandenberg guy is on both. 12-inch single. I have to dive into it again. Like I said, I'm giving you my initial impression, which is this is pretty good. And it is what it says it is. Shoegazy dream pop. This is nice. That's nice. I have fun with just looking at it for a few seconds. Oh, that's nice. So welcome Strawberry people. Thank you for sending this to me. Good luck with the release. I need to listen to it again, but like I said, my initial impression is that, well, you guys know what you're doing. It's in the vein. So you're getting the sound right. I need to listen more closely, to like the lyrics, etc., etc. So I'm already up to a half hour, and I don't like to go much longer because a half hour will take it anywhere up to an hour to upload, which is just crazy to me. Like, I guess I shouldn't let that bother me so much. It does, though. And these other CDs, I did jump into these other CDs from Daniel. This is deep listening, a mixture of psychedelia, sound work, like this one here. Taste Tribes is what this is called. You can't go wrong with these people, and they show it right away. Alfred Hart is blowing his ass off on this. Excuse me, sax player. Almost, even hints of jazz on this one. This is good shit. So to wrap it up, when folks ask me, have you heard of, I answer honestly. I check out a lot of stuff. I do. It is my passion. Someone asked me about Babe Rainbow. Well, the reason why I checked them out was because of the album by The House of Love called Babe Rainbow, which is fantastic. And I thought to myself, well, if a band's going to call themselves Babe Rainbow, they better be good. They're pretty good from my memory. I do. I check out a lot of shit, people. I do. The Steve Andrews cassette I haven't gotten to yet. I did listen to the single. Probably out of everything, the thing that's hitting me the least right away was this. It's not, I thought the name of the band was sort of Damocles, but the name of the band is The Conspiracy. But I need to give this some time because as I listened to it, I thought to myself, there's something here. The reason why Daniel sent this to me is for a reason, so I need to give it a chance. Now, when I showed you this, I just tumbled out of my mouth. This is really a time capsule of Florian Schneider in 1967, not 97. And the sheets of information that he sent with this explain. These are the recordings that lead up to the formation of Tone Float and Kraftwerk. So this is some really raw bedroom recordings, just like real lo-fi, and it's literally the beginnings. But what's cool is when you hear Florian play the flute, you hear that's him. So I really appreciate this stuff very, very much. Very, very, very much. Thank you so much. Okay, let me stop there, all right? Have a good day. Family, you know I love you. Take care, everyone.